Respected co-sadhakas, friends, shrotas, wonderful human beings, welcome you all. Gratitudes, salutations, congratulations, wishes and prayers. Amidst this din and roar of Kali Yuga with so much of Bhautikavada and all capacities, energies drained because of those involvements in such a very dire and unconducive situation outside as well as inside. And yet, we are here in this small effort of ours, tapasya of ours, yajna of ours, sadhana of ours, to listen to the tattva through the great words of Sage Vaashishthaji and Mother Saraswati ji. We welcome you all for this effort. Great it is, 100% if we understand, great. 5-10% if we understand, that also good. Coming regularly, trying to sit for the entire class and allowing the words Rama, the words Vasishtha, allowing the words Tattva, Atman, Brahman into us itself is a beautiful, beautiful, great thing. And we are conscious, done good Viveka Vairagya, and every day gathering our Antakarana with Shraddha Bhakti and listening to the Shastra, we are the best sadhakas. Friends, huge text it is. So many of the stories, so many ways, the topics developed, so many examples, colossal it is. Small little text like Bhajagovindam Tattvagoda, small in quantity, and otherwise the subject matter wise they are also high and deep. Even those texts also we have less patience and ability to grasp or to talk about this text. And yet we have faith in Bhagavan Rama's Krupa, Bhagavan Shri Vaashishthaji's Krupa. We have faith in the Vishwamitra Valmiki Vedavyasa Narada Adi Krupa. We have faith in Saraswati Mata and Shruti Krupa. We have faith in ourselves that when we continue these efforts slowly, steadily, even maybe the speed of a snail, never mind, we will start becoming qualified. With this Shraddha, here we are. In this glorious text, Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayanam, out of 6 Prakaranas, Vairagya Prakaranam, Mumuksha Vahara Prakaranam, Utpatthi Prakaranam, Sthiti Prakaranam, Upanishava Prakaranam, and Nirvana Prakaranam. We are seeing the third Utpatti Prakaranam after going through the first two, Vairagya and Mumuksha Prakaranas. In this Prakarana, out of 122 Sargas, we are in the 22nd Sarga. Leela Upakhyanam is going on. In this Leela Upakhyanam, Mother Saraswati will be answering to Leela and telling us so many beautiful Vignana Abhyasa Paddhatis, which are so useful for you and I as sadhakas. First, to have the information. And if that information is fully grasped and we really practice them with inspiration, that is enough. Because to one of the great sadhakas, Leela or Rama there, the greatest of the gurus, Mother Saraswati or Vasishtha, are telling about the ज्ञान अभ्यास फॉर द मोक्ष फॉर मोक्ष. अब इससे बढ़कर और कहा क्या टॉपिक मार्गदर्शन हो सकता है बताइए. So we will be studying those portions. Sthula Deha Tadatmya, transcending it, come to the Ativahika Deha Tadatmya, transcend it, discover the oneness with Paramatma Tattva. When we have Sthula Deha, Satyatva Buddhi, and Sthula Deha Vasanas, Sthula Deha Sthai Vyavahara, then Sthula Deha is Satya and outer Jagat is Satya, will be totally drowned into this samsara. But the Deha Vasanas, when transcended, Sthula Deha, we discover ourselves to be in the Ativahika Deha Sthiti. Even those also transcended Vasanas, we reach to the Mukta Sthiti, Jivan Mukta Sthiti. In fact, with that shloka yesterday, we stopped our class. We will continue from there. Leela very happy when she asks the question, what I have to do? Then mother tells the Vijnana Brahma Tattva Abhyasa. Right, friends? Introduction is given. Let us spend 2-3 minutes in prayers so that our hearts are tuned to the Shastra. Same time, the God, the Gurus are kind on us to bless us that we are able to pursue this study diligently, seriously, sincerely, with total application and total benefit of ourselves applying in terms of learning and getting inspired. भगवत गुरु कृपा इज अनिवार्य आवश्यक याद रख लीजिएगा कम what a wonderful Shrota Sadhaka Sivar. From this side, so much of respects to you. Om, Om, Om. ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ओम श्री राम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने ओम ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मत् गुरुभ्यो नमः श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री सरस्वती मात्रे नमः श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणादि शास्त्राणाम आचार्येभ्यो नमः संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणे इतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवद शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ते तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रु विघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्माद् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीराम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति प्रकरण मोक्ष शास्त्र से पारायण अध्ययनम साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे मङ्गलाचरणश्लोकाः। ॐ यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ॐ सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखगनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं माया विलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। ॐ तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। ॐ तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। ॐ पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आवेश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृत जलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीवसिष्ठादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीयोगवासिष्ठ महारामायण प्रकरण स्मृति मोक्षशास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने विज्ञानाभ्यास वर्णनं नाम द्वाविंशः सर्गः। श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच श्रीदेवी उवाच। Yesterday we are into this 13th 14th mantra. Okay. See, each of these 5 shlokas starting from 9, how clear complete they are in giving us the knowledge of sadhya sadhana. Sadhya is the state to be reached, the thing to be obtained. Sadhana is the sadhana to be done, abhyasa to be done. See, just we've gone through it twice. We just browse through it, then enter into our today's topic. See, Shuddha Sattva Anupatitam Chetaha Pratanuvasanam Ativahigatam Eti. So, Chetaha, our chitta, Ativahigatam Eti, reaches to Ativahika Sthiti. When Shuddha Sattva Anupatitam, when it reaches to the Shuddha Sattva Sthiti, means the Tamoguna gone, the Rajoguna gone, the Sattva Guna no more utilized for only the outer things, but it has become Antarmukha. That Shuddha Sattva Sthiti, when our chitta reaches, that time the chitta will have the Ativahika Sthiti. The Shuddha Sattva Guna, how to achieve? Pratanu Vasanam means Prakarshena Prayatna Purvakena Tanu Vasanam. Our Sthula Sharira, Sharira Sambandhi, Vyavahara, Bhoga, Vasanas, Tanu, when they are Tanu Kruta. Through Viveka, through Vairagya, through Shamadhamadi. All consciously done with the clear understanding and wisdom, then we want to evolve spiritually. The life which we are living now with the Sthula Deha in the outer world is only Bandhana, is only a Samsara. I want to rise above it. When this knowledge is Pakka because of our sufficient listening of Shastras from our Gurus, our own Manana, and our own seeing our past life and looking at the life of the people in the world. With all these data, we have done Viveka and we got the Vairagya. We don't want to limit ourselves to this lower life with the capacities given as a human being, the buddhi, etc. with the facilities provided that our Guru and Shastra around, we have gone through, used all of them. Now we are in this stage that we want to rise spiritually. Then, with that, various known sadhanas we did. As a result, these three things happened. One, pratanuvasana. Two, chitta became shuddha sattva sthiti. Third, therefore, ativahika sthiti we have achieved beyond the adibhautika. At the time, the adibhautika samsara samasya problems will no more be touching us. That won't become big concern for us as they are now. That the only worry is take care of the body, maintain it, manage it, give food to it, give all bhoga to it, and when it gets disease, go to the hospital, give the treatment, and one day with all the fears that I will die, just to die, giving joy to others. This is what is happening in the whole world, in all the beings who are other than spiritual. हाँ, in between, कोई मंत्री बन रहा है, कोई संतरी बन रहा है, कोई कंत्री बन रहा है, and that goes on. How does it matter? Everybody will die toward the end. है ना? Each one with his utilizing the resources and efforts. कोई करोड़पति बन रहा है, कोई रोडपति बन रहा है. How does it matter? Finally, all are bound to die only. है ना? Somebody is becoming doctor, somebody is becoming actor, somebody is becoming contractor. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Understood? Finally, this is what the life we are living. Those fears, those hankering arounds will no more be there when we reach to the Ativahika sthiti. Ativahika means Shariram Atitya Vahati. I am not the Deha, I am the Jiva. Basically, we are Jiva. Identified with the body, we suffer the outer samsara. We are not even Jiva also, we are the Brahman. So from Dehosmi to Jivosmi, from Jivosmi to Brahmasmi. In that way, we have to shift our identity, which is a process, a long time process, a meticulous, matured, intelligent process. For all that matured intellection, only we are here studying our Shastras continuously. It's a beginning, not an end of it. It's lot we have to go on doing. करते रहेंगे अभी. Tell to ourselves, let me not leave this path. Tell to ourselves, let me become more serious, sincere. Tell to ourselves, let me apply all my abilities only for that. Tell to Bhagwan and Guru, forgive me for all my mistakes. Don't allow all the prarabdha to distract me from my sadhana. Oh Lord, empower me. I am serious, I am genuine. आपके पाए पे पाए लागू भगवान पाए लागू गुरु, प्लीज पुट मी ओनली ऑन दिस पाथ. When these things are done, बच के हम इसी आध्यात्मिक साधना में रहेंगे. So first one, with knowledge, with right way of living, by doing the tanukaranam of the sthula deha sambandhi vasanas, achieving to the shuddha sthiti, the chitta will reach to ativahika sthiti. One thing is explained. Ninth one. 10th one, see, the same chitta of ours which has reached to ativahikata, when it is awakens to even the tattvajnana sthiti, buddham it is written, such that mind of that seeker, chittantaraihi sarga janmantargataihi siddhaihi milati. It is able to meet, it is able to tune to, it is able to receive the informations, it is able to contact, it is able to visualize. What are the things such a Shuddha Chitta can visualize, etc.? The others Chitta, the Chitta of the Siddha Purushas, and the happenings of the past, present, and future, and interact with those higher beings, the highly evolved beings. Tough sadhana, if one reaches to that, they can see. So some Gandharva Darshana happens, the Yaksha Darshana happens, the Yogi Darshana, the Siddha Purusha Darshana. Sometimes this Rishi Darshana happens. There are some people, many lives of evolution sadhana, when they go to some satsangas, they see when the Maharaj is giving pravachana, they see in that Maharaj, the Vaashishtha ji seated, Valmiki ji seated, Vyasa ji seated, उनको दिखता है वो. That much, जितना साधना उतना ज्यादा accessibility. So that is the meaning of Sarga Janmantaragatai Siddhai Milati Chittantarai Api Milati and Na Itaratu. That chitta which is lost in Deha Tadatmya, it will not be able to communicate, contact the higher realms, higher beings. Second point is explained. Such level mein our interaction with the rishis, munis, our prayers reaching them, then our their solving our problems, helping us. So conspicuously we can see, like there are people nowadays, so much inhibition, hesitation, and arrogant selfishness that they don't even know who are the neighbors. But in the good olden days, 30, 40, 50 years back, what a wonderful coming and going of the neighborhood. घर में कोई रिश्तेदार आए, suddenly you see there's no milk because refrigerator and all of them were not there. The Tetra Pak systems were never there. सुबह 200 ml का कोई ये बोतल आ जाता है या नहीं तो वो दूध वाला उसमें डाल के जाता था. So guest came, go to the neighbor. So some milk, they give. चीनी चाहिए, they give. दाल चाहिए, they give. Everything was unavailable. We also used to give them whenever they want. एक नहीं, एक दो तीन चार पांच 10 घर इस तरफ, 10 घर इस तरफ, आगे वाले, everybody वाकिफ. Means our personalities were so flexible, of the nature of give and take, that these people of the other world also are accessible to us. Example, we are available to them, they were available. Now big palatial houses, gated communities, they walk in the same ground for walking morning for 1 hour for last 10 years, but still they are alien to each other. I'm not telling this right or wrong, good or bad. Each one may be in his own high contemplation of how to avoid the third world war. I don't know. They may be very busy in how to increase the rupee value to such level that 1 rupee is equal to $100. वो सब कर रहे होंगे, मैंने नहीं पता. बट onlookers बाहर से देखे तो they never even talk to each other. And he is carrying his kutta and he is carrying his kutta. Kutta also they don't allow to talk. Hey, chop, don't make friends. नॉन एक्सेप्ट होता है कि नहीं. बस में ट्रैवलिंग दोज डेज, चिल्ला के एक दूसरे बातें करके फर्स्ट बैठते ही हेलो कैसे हैं आप, कहाँ से आ रहे, कहाँ जा रहे, आप कौन है, सो मेनी डिटेल इन 2 minutes. वी यूज्ड टू टॉक एंड उसकी बेटी इसकी बेटे शादी का भी फिक्स हो जाता. नाउ 8 hours 10 hours बस जर्नी, देर ऑल मॉर्निंग ओनली. ऐसे बैठे रहते हैं कि ये दूसरे का समझने कि सबको सूली पे चढ़ाने ले जा रहे हैं. इतने विषादग्रस्त. अब दैट्स व्हाट दे आर ऑल. You understand examples how they are at the gross world also in today's world. Same way, जीव जब अपने ही देह तादाद में रहता है, only this is available. But Ativahika he reaches, and there also he is able to sufficiently meditate on the self and identify with it, if not totally merged in it. At that stage, because the self is the self of all these Siddha Purushas, yogis, and all, he will be able to access them. Mother Saraswati is guiding Leela that these are the possibilities. Then why all of them? That aim at those higher states of living rather than tied down to this Sharira and only living this Stula Jagat. You may be a big queen in this Stula Jagat, but once your husband king died, see your dukkha inside. See your bhaya inside. Stula Dehatadhat, say, even if you're Raja Rani, you will have suffering only one day, fear only one day. All these things. Now, the next sloka, which we spent 2 days exhaustively studying, is this one, wherein Yadateyam aham bhavaha swabhyasat shantimeshyati. Not only we have removed the Stula Deha Vasana and reached to Ativahika Deha. Not only there, by tuning to the self, you became accessible or you made it accessible to you, the Siddha Purushas, etc. Now, your ego individuality, and that also sublimated. Yadate ayam aham bhavaha swabhyasat shanti meshyati. With a perfect, beautiful abhyasa, when it has become quietened, your aham bhava. Tada udeshyati te sparat. Crystal clearly for you the rising of happens. Rising of water, drishyanta bodhata swayam. है bodhata is the experience of the self. Drishyanta, where there is no drishya. Because the drashta is ahankara. Ahankara is sublimated. To the ahankara drashta, only the drishya will be there. Drashta you have rejected, then drishya will not be there. Then that bodha, that pure consciousness in which drashta and drishya were superimposed, you will awaken to that state of reality. अब देखो इस छोटे सर्ग में how many guidances mother is telling us, and all of them we can just disbelieve, disregard, throw it away, and say all that I don't believe, I just believe my indriyas and indriya drishyas of the shabda sparsa rasagandha. I am busy in that. I am happy with that. One can be like that. Many people come to such satsangas, ये सब इनको out of the head, out of the hat लगते हैं, so they just drop. Some to those whom it is little bit appealing, more study, more contemplation, and if somebody takes it as challenge and tries those sadhanas, he can slowly go through all that. Anyway, see, the giver is Mother Saraswati. Why will she give the wrong thing? The giver is Lord Vaashishtha. How can he give wrong thing? They are true to Rama Bhagwan, and the writer is none other than Valmiki Maharshi. More than all that, the Treta Yuga mein, thousands and thousands years back, this knowledge is given. Standing to all the testing times, if the Shastra, if this Jnanam has come up to this modern Kali Yuga time also, is it not sufficient proof that it is truth? To accept that it is reality or it is true and all these knowledges are real. अब किस तरह सोचने से इस पे हमारा श्रद्धा होगा, दैट इज सही सोच. अगेन इट इज सब्जेक्टिव. नो स्पीकर इन द अर्थ कैन फोर्स एनी लिसनर. He can only give data and facilitate the listener to use his own intellect with the received data, come to his own understandings, come to his own conviction. That's why in one class of 30, 40 people, Guru speaks the same thing, but what each one receives depends on their own ability, capacity, want, all of that. So, vasanas reduced, sthula deha tadatmya goes, come to the ativahika sthiti. Even they are also tuned to the self, accessibility of siddhas, past, present, and future, even others' minds. Then, next level, aham bhava is reduced or removed. Then the drishya disappears, drashta, drishya, atita. That Suddha Bodha you can awaken to. Three things we have said. Fourth one, same thing. Ativayikata jnanam sthitim eshyati shashvatim. And when your Ativayikata jnanam starts getting stabilized to be permanent. Very, very sublime thoughts. These are all. To the extent our intellect goes, we'll try to understand and explain. You two cooperating with the speaker and yourself, try to grasp. The point is, Ativayikta Jnanam Sthitimeshwati Shashvatim Yada. That I am the Sukshma Sharira Yukta Jiva. I am Ativahika, not the Sthula Sharira. The more and more you get stabilized in this state of yours, tadahi asankalpal lokan rakshasi pavanan. Means what? You will be able to visualize the way it is different lokas also, which are there simultaneously. So ativahita jnanam shashwati sthitimeshyati. An example is everywhere, hundreds of examples. You know, Krishna Vasudeva. Any profession you take, the newly, you know, appointed doctor, in the beginning, for at least a month or so, he is so much confused about so many things. Once that 1 month of practice he goes through under the senior doctor, himself being a doctor, slowly that becomes stronger and stronger. Shashvatata hota hai. He will have all ideas. Patients, which are what's the season, which patients come, which complaints they come with, and how to test them, how to talk to them lovingly, how to convey to them, this is your problem, this is a medication to be taken. तो ये सारा उनको शाश्वत होता रहता है. विद इन 4 5 years he is well established doctor in that society. होता है कि नहीं? ए ड्राइवर शुरू में चलाता है तो कितना वॉबलिंग ऑफ द टायर्स, स्टीयरिंग मूविंग, सडन ब्रेक्स ही डज, लेफ्ट एंड राइट टर्न्स. 5 6 years के बाद शाश्वत स्थिति. A person joined politics suddenly because of his otherwise achievements, a sports star, a cinema star, पॉलिटिक्स में आ गया. अब लोग वोट दे देते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ देयर familiarity with that person, acted as hero. So when he enters this assembly or parliament first time, क्या हो रहा है पता ही नहीं चलता. But once he continues for 1 year to 5 years, then he gets the shashvatata in his identity, that yes, I am politician, this is what politics में होता है, ये मुझे करना है अपने आप को बचाने के लिए भी और सेवा करने के लिए भी, to the प्रजा through this power. शाश्वती स्थिति. And a student going to the school, a sports person first day on the sports, an artist on the first day, everywhere. कैसा होता है? But after some practice, शाश्वत स्थिति happens. है ना? Isn't it? The newly married example of that boy, when he goes to the mother-in-law, father-in-law place, in the initial days, how hesitant he is. After 1 year, 2 years, he becomes so familiar. He knows where to get vegetables from, milk from. He knows where is the kitchen, how to make khana and serve everybody in the house. आजकल का सीन है भाई. As per the changing times, I should change the example also. 20 30 years back, I could give that example. This girl gone as Bahu to the in-laws place. First few days, fear so much. In-laws are the others who are there. Who guests come there? What is the house? कौन सा काम करे ना करे, सासू माँ किस बात पे नाराज होती है. She has her own way, she, everything. झाड़ू घर के इधर रख दी, ऐसे नहीं लगाना चाहिए, सीधा रखना चाहिए. She has her own सिद्धांत. है ना? बर्तन धो के रख दी, धोने के बाद ऐसे नहीं पोंछ कर सिंक में उसमें लगा दो. She will be frightened. 30 years back, that example was valid. Only character changed. Other thing is shame. So he becomes an experienced Ghar Jawai. Isn't it? He takes the orders from everybody regarding breakfast, lunch, dinner. He makes them wonderful. Maybe tomorrow a competition will come. The best son-in-law competition, and their all confidential reports given, and फिर अवार्ड भी मिलता होगा. मुझे क्या है? I am talking about Shashwati. You two in the beginning coming to the class, which is this speaker, what is he talking, all that. But once you come few months, you know, this Swamiji Bichara trying his best to talk on Shastras. Chalo, let us go and sit in his class. उनके आत्म शांति के लिए. So you become Shashwata member to listen. I also daily, Subha, Doper, Sham, take the text, talk to you. Now the Shashwati sthiti. Though there is everyday tension to me more than you, how to bluff to you, isn't it? Because so many books I have to study. So here, Shashwata Ativahika sthiti. And I am an army officer. I am now the chief minister of this state. After few years, he gets that clarity. Everybody, beautiful. इसी तरह शाश्वती स्थिति जब हो जाता है ऑफ द आतिवाहिक स्थिति, तदा असंकल्पालोकान रक्षसी पावना, because this ativahika jiva beyond the deha alone, even after death, travels to different worlds according to his karma phala, isn't it? Therefore, he gets more deeper mm, while being in the body only to be able to access those. है ना? कभी कभी क्या है? Be attentive. He himself can understand about the presence of those lokas doubtlessly. Sometimes through his sadhanas, he can reach even maybe a fraction of second. Sometimes, like Mother Saraswati here, some guru will come, हाथ पकड़ के उनको घुमाकर सारे दूसरे लोक दिखा देंगे. ये होता रहता है. But for that, नाहम देवस्मि, हम आतिवाहिक जीवस्मि, स्थिति he has to establish. Then only it is. Not just like if you apply for visa to US, they see your passport. How many countries you have traveled. The more countries we travel, then they are happy कि हर एक देश में जाता है, उधर सेटल नहीं होता, अपने इंडिया में goes back. Therefore, he will not settle to eat away my money of my America. Therefore, we can give him visa. That's how they calculate. And they allow. जो फ्रेश बंदा है मानो, उसको नहीं देते, आके सेटल तो नहीं हो जाएगा. There are very many things. This is the fourth point. Now the fifth is the most important. What is it? Vasana tanave tasmat kuru yatnam anindite. O anindita yatnam kuru. Do your efforts. For what? Vasana tanave. To remove your ajnana, janita and karma bhoga, karma phala bhoga janita, vasanas. Reduce them. Put effort for that. That's why in our one of the morning common sense thoughts, we have seen it. Key is my everyday's activity. Adding to the Tattvajnana and reducing my vasanas. Or it is the other way around that my vasanas are becoming stronger and then I am going more and more away from the Tattvajnana. क्या हो रहा है मेरे जिंदगी में? Today only we saw in the morning common sense thought also. Key, what is happening in my life? Is it okay or can I improve upon my sadhanas, my additions or removals or alterations? See that आज का था सुबह याद है those who have come for morning 7:30 class. So here Mother Saraswati's anugraha or upadesha to Leela, Vasishta's anugraha and upadesha to Rama, all gurus upadesha to their shishyas is yatnam kuru, effort lagao. For what? Vasana tanave, in doing the tanukarana of the vasanas. Vasanas are formed when with ego, when we do something, and with bhoga buddhi, when we indulge in something. Wherever the strong kartrutva, bhoktrutva bhavanas are there, the vasanas are formed. That's when Gita last quote by Krishna, one of the last teachings. Yasya na ahankruto bhavaha buddhiriyasya na lipyate. Where there is no ahankara of I am the doer, and the one who is not tainted by, colored by the selfishness, that result should come to me, and that also is a gross result. The one who is not touched by this, he is pure hearted. His karma is no more karma to create vasana or karma phala to him. Even though he finishes the entire world, he is not the sinner. Hattvapisa iman lokan nahanti na nibadhyate. Wow, beautiful. Huh? 18th or 19th sloka of 18th chapter. So, vasana tanave kuru yatnam anindite tasmat. Okay. Tasmin praudimupayate. From you when all the vasanas go away, result is you realize yourself, which is eternal Brahman. That's called Jivan Mukta Bhavishyasi. You are freed from the bandhana of an ego with the upadhis, stula and sukshma, suffering here, there, everywhere. From that bondage, you are freed. Jivan mukta bhavishyasi. Therefore, through various said yoga sadhanas, when all vasanas are eliminated, we are not forced to become a jiva to identify the deha. Then we will realize our essential atma swarupa. That's the end of our spiritual journey. We are into the mukta sthiti. How much this knowledge we are able to listen, how much we are able to think, how much we are able to grasp, understand. Everyone think for yourself. I will think for myself. Am I only vocally talking or I mean what I am saying? Do I understand it? See, such five beautiful things we have seen Saraswati Mata giving us. Such wonderful knowledge, should we not revel in it only all the time? But our time, mind are distractedly uh, given to so many places that we are not able to attend to these classes, understand them, retain the knowledge in so many ways. ओके, ये सब देखकर हमें अपने आप को संभालना पड़ता है. ओके. नारायण. नाउ द नेक्स्ट ब्यूटिफुल टॉपिक्स, एक से बढ़कर एक. दिस एंटायर सर्गा, प्लीज somebody note it. Sarga 22 of third Utpatti Prakarana is very, very important for the Jnana Devata Saraswati Mata herself is giving so many of the uh, Vishayas about the Jnanam as well as sadhanas. About the knowledge Visa, she is going to give future sadhana also. Jnana Abhyasa is the name of the Sarga. Right? Next one. See, यावन्नपूरितस्त्वेषः शीतलो बोधचन्द्रमाः तावद्देहमवस्थाप्य लोकान्तरमवेक्ष्यताम्. So I have indicated to you the goal is Jivan Muktata, the sadhana is elimination of all vasanas. Keep that intact. That alone your goal and means. Same time, because you have vasana in you, made that you want to go to that Brahmana Loka. Not only that, all other lokas also I will show you. So therefore, immediately you do one thing. What is it? Detach from your stula deha, come to the what you call ativahika sthiti. Let us go to all lokas. That adds up to your knowledge about all lokas along with their limitations, so that you don't feel like wanting any one of them. That's called as paravairagya. Like Rama, the very hero of this text, the student, Vaashishtha Rama Samvadana, he was enjoying his lavish, wonderful Ayodhya as a Rajakumar. He asked for Tirtha Yatras. When he went to Tirtha Yatra, he see the things, he saw all the world of happenings. Everything he saw, whatever it was, good, bad, indifferent. In all of them, he found incompleteness, apurnata only. Led to a paravairagya in him that बैठ कर खाना भी खाना छोड़ दियो. पतले और उबले हो गए. You know, half of the battle was won by him. That Viveka Vairagya he has got. Now, what is the meaning for life? Where is the fulfillment of life? What is to be achieved? What is to be done? Usme he was confused. Then the Guru came, both Vasishtha and Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra requested Vasishtha ji to give that jnana. Now he is giving. So, whether Rama went to Tirthayatras and got Vairagya, then became fit for receiving Brahmajnana, whether Mother Saraswati is taking Leela to different locals, Sukshma lokas, to get her the jnana about the limitation of the world so that she gets Vairagya and single pointedly pursues the Paramatma Tattva. All of us also, through all our experiences of past, present, and others' experience, we should discover that ये सब का इतना ही level अवकात है. It is temporary, it is binding, it is not real, isn't it? Let me seek the permanent, which is real, which is liberate. This is the highest achievement for a human being, that through all the experiences and observations, he gets Parama Vairagya. Then he wants what is permanent. Permanent is Tattva. Seek it, meditate on it, realize it. So here the present topic is in this next loka. Leela is told by mother that keep your Sthuladeha here, let us go to different lokas. Yavat na puritah tu eshaha shitalo bodha chandramaha. Means this very cooling moon of awakening to the reality. Na, for you to become qualified for it, for you to have all the vairagya, let me take you to all lokas and show the glory of all of them, same time the limitation of all of them, so that you become qualified. For that, tavat deham avastapya lokantaram avekshatam. So one being like Nachiketa, with his own personal viveka, he gets total vairagya. He says, Varastume varaniya saiva. Others, from others' experiences, watching everyone, as we again and again give you the examples of this world, people are of different, great, grand, glorious achievements, contributions. Yet they are all bound only, which is what said in one sentence by Shankara Bhagavan in his Bhajagovindam, Samprapte Sannihite Kale Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukrum Karane. How many times we talk on this? Anything other than Bhajagovindam is Dukrum Karana. That won't help you at the time of death. Only Bhajagovindam will help. Bhajagovindam is realizing the Lord. The third type of people are such like Leela who are blessed by the divine to be taken through various lokas in various lives. For Leela, एक ही जन्म में सब हो गया because she worshipped Mother Saraswati. For others, we go through many lives. In each of the life, different experiences. And there and then toward the end, we think about its limitation. And we say, ये वाला मुझे नहीं चाहिए. Like that, when you go through some 100, 200, 300 lives, in different places, positions, we get the vairag. ये सब नहीं चाहिए मुझे. I want only Paramatma Tattva. Means, if in this life, some of us are seeking only reality, means what? We might have gone through other worlds, other experiences, and we found its limitation. Therefore, we are not wanting them in this life. Which life, which world we went, and what bhoga we got, what viveka we did, we may not remember all of that. But we might have gone through. Otherwise, without that viveka and vairagya, giving up everything, seeking only reality is not possible. Why all this explanation? For this thought, Mother says, till you become qualified for the Shuddha Bodha Chandrama, you need a Vairagya. So you are attached to your husband in this kingdom, you are crying, you are afraid, you prayed to me, I came, you asked me, my husband to stay here only in this place, I told you put the Sharira, ab itna hua. You also now, the next new thought came to you, let me see that Brahmana, Brahmani, Loka. Like that, you may get another desire for seeing other lokas. अब हर बार मुझे बुलाती जाएगी तो आई कांट कम. तो सब लोग एक ही बार घुमा के आई विल शो यू व्हाट इज वेयर, व्हाट इज व्हाट. Then you will get the vairagya. Then already I gave you the tattva jnanam, isn't it? The chidakasha alone is reality. The chitta bhuta akasha are kalpita because of the ignorance of the chidakasha reality. तो सारा ज्ञान मैंने दे ही दिया ना already. That jnana you can practice, you can realize when you are full of that vairagya. So to get Leela, that vairagya, Mother is taking Leela to different worlds. Means we also have to go through all the gamut of life, not to get stuck up there, but to get vairagya. What's vairagya? All these limited, conditional, binding only. I don't want that. I want something permanent. That's called jignasa. Vairagya, jignasa जहाँ होता है, he is called sadhak. सो यावत् न पूरितः तु एषः शीतलः बोधचंद्रमाः तावत् देहमवस्थाप्य लोकांतरमवेक्ष्यताम्. चलो घूमने चलते. Then, as if Leela is asking, with this Stula Deha, I will go with you. She says, no, no, your Stula Deha and my this Ativahika Deha, they cannot club together and go together. She gives some of the things, explanations to Leela. What is it? Mamsadeho mamsadehenya dehenaiva samsleshameshyati natu chitta sharirena vyavahareshu karmasu. Isn't it? Mamsadeha mamsadehena eva samsleshameshyati. This stula sharira and the other stula sharira only can, matlab jivas identified stula sharira only can communicate with each other. Natu chitta sharirena. So you are with your stula deha tadatmya. You cannot be in tune with me with the chitta sharira. Therefore, necessarily you have to transcend the dehoham sthiti. It's just like you are seated in the class, fully identified with your body and sitting position, back pain, head, neck pain. इतना स्थूल देह तादात्म्य से है, भूख लग रही है, नींद आ रही है. Then the guru is talking about tattva jnana, or somebody is singing the glory of भगवान Rama or Krishna in bhajan. हमें वो समझ में आएगा क्या? With what bhava that singer is singing, with what bhava that kathakara is telling the katha, or Vedanta guru is teaching, we will never understand because we are lost in dehos. Example. In the same way, Mamsa Deha are of one level. Mamsa Deha, Chitta Deha, they cannot go together. Therefore, Yatha Anubhavam Eva Etad Yatha Sthitam Udaharatam. You see it, I gave you the example, no? Luckily. If you catch that example, Mother Saraswati says, this is what is Anubhava to everyone. है. It is the true that एक ही पैरेलेंस में लेवल में रहने वाले सामानाधिकरण्यम कहते हैं उसको, उनका अब मेल जोल होता है. दैट इज वाई शादी करने के लिए वाइफ एंड गर्ल बॉय उनका वो कुंडली देखते हैं, नॉट कुंडलिनी. इन दैट दे सी इन दोनों का शादी करे तो पड़ोसी लोग बोर होते हैं कि एंटरटेन होते हैं. पड़ोसी लोग बोर होते हैं मतलब दे आर सो लविंग टू ईच अदर. एंटरटेन मतलब लड़ाई. दे सी अप टू 60-40 मैचिंग. ज्योतिष लोग वहां अब एकदम 70-30 हो गया मानो, मतलब फासला 40 का हो गया, तो स्लोली हेसिटेट. ये रियली 80-20 है मानो, मतलब मैच ही नहीं हो रहा दोनों का. वो पंडित जी कहते हैं मत करो शादी इनका. अब नो बडी इज वॉचिंग दैट. बस चेहरा देख लिया, पैसे देख लिए, और मंडप देख लिया, रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिस देख ली, शादी कर ली, कुछ दिन संसार देख ली, फिर तलाक देख ली. हो, यू अंडरस्टैंड. कुंडली मिलाना है तभी जाकर शादी. नॉट दैट with that kundalini or kundali seen married that they don't fight with each other. They fight but not as aggressively as the otherwise who kill each other also, or केस डालो कोर्ट में, तलाक करो, उतना नहीं होता. They fight with but silently. They hit each other with some soft things only, not the hard ones, and again they come together. Isn't it? That's how it is. Why that topic has come here? कि न तो चित्त यथा अनुभवम एव एतत् यथा स्थितम उदाहरतम. It has to match with each other. Abala siddha samsiddham. It is all abala siddha samsiddham. The one expectation from Ila is, अरे इस जगत में ऋषि मुनि देवताओं का वर और शाप होता है ना, अनुग्रह. So you give me a vara, you bless me. So with this Stula Deha only I will go with you. She says that vara and shap are very rare occasions. They are not in every case. Every individual have to work out himself to qualify for the higher things. Here the topic is the Stula Deha Tadatma Chodkar, coming to Ativahika Deha Sthiti, so that you travel with me to other worlds. With the Stula Deha it won't happen. By identifying with the Stula Deha it cannot happen. You staying in your Stula Deha Tadatma, I cannot pull you along with me. I cannot pull you. Like doctor gives medicine. But he cannot force the medicine to work on the body and body to receive the medicine. He cannot enforce it. So here also the rishis, devatas, very rare cases they do, but not in general. Generally, you gain this wisdom that when I go beyond my Dehatadhatmya and come to Atvayik Sthiti, I can go and travel to different worlds. बस इस पे जोर लगाओ. Don't try for the shortcut methods of depending on others. Who is telling it? All capable Mother Saraswati herself is telling. All of that conveys one important point to us that with all our diligent, serious, sincere, intelligent efforts, we became bound. अपने ही दिमाग से in the same way with our own knowledge, self-effort, diligence and intelligence, that we only have to find our own liberation. उद्धरेद आत्मना आत्मान. वो हमने अपने आप को फंसाया. Why? The deepest intricate thought in it is what? If by somebody's help we rise above, again we come back, fall to this level, take it for granted. But with our own effort, by kicking away the lower things, we rise, we know the value of it, we know the importance of it, then we maintain it. है ना? The one who worked hard and got his job, he knows, or got a position or any what do you call uh, selected in a team, उसको पता है कि उसका मेहनत कितना. और जो रिकमेंडेशन आए क्योंकि पिताजी भी क्रिकेट प्लेयर है तो इसको ही विल टेक फॉर ग्रांटेड, ही वोंट केयर एनीवन. खुद मेहनत करके जो होता है ना उसको उसका वैल्यू पता है. पॉलिटिक्स में भी the one with desha bhakti from the beginning who has risen, the other fellows who have just because of the whole country's prarabdha they are standing in politics. Dushta prarabdha India has got, that some grahas are there. We know their arrogance, their, very funny it is. Hope you are catching. So that is refuted. That in the loka we see everyone will have to work themselves for the higher evolution. Here the point is necessarily you have to do those sadhanas of reducing the vasanas to get out of the sthula deha tadatmya, enter into ativahika sthiti. Okay. Then you come with me to all other worlds. Continuation. अवबोधघनाभ्यासात् देहस्यास्यैव जायते संसारवासनाकार्ष्ये नूनं चित्तशरीरता. That is what. Avabodha abhyasat. Whatever the knowledge you got, when you do the solid abhyas of it, देहस्य अस्य एव जायते संसार वासना कार्ष्ये नूनम चित्त शरीरता. See, again mother is repeating. Samsara vasana karshe, when the samsara vasanas are krisha, reduced with viveka vairagya and dosha drushti and pratipaksha bhavana, then avaboda ghana abhyasat. You have understood that you are the jiva, then you are doing that abhyasa is aham jivosmi, aham jivosmi, and naham devosmi. Then what will happen? While living in this sharira only, you will rise in your identity from the sthula sharira to the chitta sharira, which is called ativahika sthiti. Okay. Udeshyanti cha saivatra kenachid nopalakshate kevalam tu janairdeho priyamano valokyate. So udeshyanti cha sa evatra kenachid nopalakshate. And you reach to that state of ativahikata through sadhana. You only know it. Others think you are still in sthula deha tadatmya. Because as regards your avatar vyavahara with deha concerned, it is normal as it was. But only through your avabodha abhyasa, you have lifted your identity from dehosmi to the ativahika jivosmi. Now, some new things mother is adding. Very crucial. They are very tough for me to explain, but I'll try to. What is it is? In fact, when a being dies, he goes into the ativahika deha only. That what do you call? The people who are staying here, they do not know. They only look at the stula deha, अब वो हिल नहीं रहा हो, response नहीं कर रहा है, तो मर गया. So when a jiva leaves the body, he leaves with the ativahika deha only. One, other people do not know. Second, he is also not conscious. Like a yogi is conscious about his Ativahika Deha. But he is in Ativahika only. But in that, whatever predominant vasanas he has got, or karma phalas he has got, and according to that, as per Lord Ishvara, the phala giver, whichever the sharira he'll have to enter, through that Ativahika Deha, he enters and gets settled in it. But he doesn't realize while he is in the Ativahika Deha that he is in Ativahika Sthiti. Though he is there. बिकॉज वो ज्ञान से साधना से उसको पहचानना पड़ता है, वो इसी शरीर में रहकर ही करना होता है. So when you leave the body, when I leave body, where am I? I am in Ativahika, but I don't know, nor the other people know. In that Ativahika only I will be carried and put in another Sharira, depending on my own future phala. It can be human, it can be Devata, it can be Gandharva, it can be some crocodile, it can be serpent, it can be any other animal, anything it can be. We don't know. We are going through all the lives. अब इतने जीव है, हर एक में हम कीट होवा, पतंग होवा, शलभ होवा, दंश होवा, मशक होवा. Today only we chanted in our Chandogya Upanishad, early morning class में. So that's what. केवलम तो जनाइर देहा म्रियमाणः अवलोक्यते. So by the other people, when this person dies, they only see that body. From that, the jiva left in the Ativahika, they do not understand it. One of the discussion, if Paramatma is everywhere, he must be there in the dead body also. Answer is yes, he is there as the witness or aware consciousness, allowing that body to get disintegrated into Panchamahabhutas. Then what is the difference between the living person and dead person? Is the owner of that living person, that Sukshma Jiva, Jiva, he is not there in the Sharira, that's it. Whether Jiva is there in the Sharira or not, already Paramatma is there. Where Jiva Sharir mein tha, with that Sharira, whatever that Jiva was doing, at that time also the Paramatma was there as Sakshi. When the Jiva leaves, for the Jiva's travel also Paramatma is there as Sakshi. And this body, which is slowly getting rotten, that's what the people say, 6 घंटे हो गए कब उठाओगे. That disintegration हो रहा है ना, for that also the Paramatma is there, observing that as a Sakshi. So Sharira is nothing but Pancha Mahabhutas, no? So he becomes a witness for that body to get disintegrated. In our Hindu system, we burn. In other system, they put it in the earth. If you just leave it, it is like any other animal body. कोई कौवा कोता काट लेके खा लेता है. और क्या है? How does it matter? In any of the way, that body goes into the Pancha Mahabhutas. For that also, Paramatma Tattva is the consciousness witnessing it. And more subtler knowledge is what? He is there all pervading, even in that Sharira, even in those Panchamahabhutas, watching the disintegration of the Sharira into the 5 elements and going back to their own state. ये सब सूक्ष्म अति सूक्ष्म ज्ञान पाने के लिए हमें और टाइम लगेगा. More Shastra study, more than that, we have to start doing contemplation. Deep contemplation. In the deep contemplation, we then realize the self in its Satchidananda Rupa remaining always the same. In its own Maya Shakti, all these never existing things are Kalpita, the Panchamahabhutas, and the combination of them also Kalpita. Because of the combination, the variety of Dehas also are Kalpita. Their Janma, Jara, Roga, Mrityu, and between Janma and Marana, the Karma Phala, everything is the Agatita Gatana, Maya's play only. When all that is happening, the Brahman, the substratum, is always the same. Water is always the same. Any number of waves, ripples, bubbles, foam, froth, tide, in whatever the forms, they are projected on the water. Gold is all the same, whether you make it a ring or bangle or nose ring or necklace. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? स्वर्ण तो ऐसा ही है. Think about it. Some more we have to consciously contemplate on such things. for becoming subtler enough to grasp that status, position of the reality as well as this entire world. करते जाओ तो ज्ञान सूक्ष्म होने लगता. So that's the discussion coming up now. देह तो अयम न म्रियते न च जीवति किम चते के किल स्वप्न संकल्प भ्रांतौ मरण जीविते जीवितम मरणम चैव संकल्प पुरुषे यथा असत्यमेव भात्येवं तस्मिन् पुत्र शरीरिके. Without chanting these shlokas, what we discussed is that's the meaning of these shlokas. Mother says, a sankalpa sharira or a swapna sharira, it's birth and death. Is there any meaning? In the same way are all these shariras, Mother Saraswati tells that they are only imaginary, projected, neither they are born, nor they are really existing, nor they perish. Janma and Vikara and Mrityu are all kalpita only. That is what is the subtlety of Vedanta which we have to catch. I will give you 2 minutes explanation. Take home for your vicharana. In the mud, when the pot maker is making pot. So he made the pot and the pot died after some time or broken. Now the janma of the pot, it's jivana of the pot, the jivana of that pot maybe for 1 year or so on, whatever, and the breakage of pot. Are they real? Real if you have not deeply analyzed. Janma, oldness and breaking of the pot are not real because pot itself is not real here. Because there is nothing called pot. Mud alone is given Rupanama. Rupanama don't exist independently. You are talking about the pot's birth death, no? Pot is never there as reality for it to be born, growing or modifying and becoming old or dying. Mud was earlier before the pot was made. Mud alone was there as long as the pot was pot. And when it broke, that time also mud is there. जो है ही नहीं है उसका जन्म मरण का क्या डिस्कशन. When did the snake born? When did the snake die? On the rope when we saw. It's all kalpita. है ना? Because the rope was always there only. अगर rope नहीं होता तो सांप का कल्पना भी नहीं होता. For the projection of the snake, substratum the rope has to be there in an empty place. Just like that you don't see a snake. कुछ तो होना है. For us to see the Rajata, the Shuktika must be there. For us to see the Purusha, the Sthanu must be there. For us to see the mirage water, the sand must be there. For us to see the snake, the rope has to be there. For us to see the entire world of Rupanama, the substratum Brahman has to be there. On that Brahman, all this is not Kruta, it's only Kalpita. Because it's not Kruta, it is not Satya. When it is not Satya, then all the talking about Janma Marana is Kalpita. Like in a movie, the hero is born and then got separated from parents and somebody has raised him. ये सारा cinema चल रहा है. Then toward the end, then he meets the parents and then कुछ हो रहा है क्या उधर? But to come to this level of understanding, how much our intellect has to rise in its subtlety, in its ability to apprehend what is said in the Shastras. For that, how much this intellect has to withdraw from the mind and senses and body, and through them, the pursuit of the wretched world of Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasana. अब इसमें जो फंसा हुआ दिमाग, जैसे योर ओन सन, उसका दिमाग क्रिकेट में फंसा है, फुटबॉल में फंसा है, दोस्त, कैन ही स्टडी द मेडिसिन वेयर यू हैव पुट हिम? है ना, 1 करोड़ आप देकर उसके लिए सीट खरीदा, you will not study because his mind is lost there, his intellect is lost there. The other fellow whose intellect is not lost, parents are very poor, still he struggles himself to get the seat by getting 100 or 200 below rank in a government college without any donation. अब उसको वो वैराग है तो कर पा रहा है, इसको है नहीं तो नहीं. Same way, when our intellect is lost in the world through the mind, senses, and body, where can it access the subtle Vedanta, subtle Jnana, which is the giver of moksha? That's why in technical languages, विवेक वैराग्य शमदमादि से थोड़ा जगत से इधर आ जाओ. फिर कर्म योग भक्ति योग से अपना सारा अंतकरण को शुद्ध बना लो और अपना प्रारब्ध क्लियर करो. Then Keep your intellect sharp and subtler, ekagra. Use it for understanding the jnanam about this tattva, and from the tattva standpoint, everything else is mithya. That is also the jnana. Keep the mithya jagat separate away, and the tattva, you realize it, you are liberated. All these things will come in 2-3 shlokas. This crucial thing is told. Then Leela will ask, tell me what abhyasa I have to do. Then jnana abhyasa mother will indicate. Very beautiful shlokas, all of them. छोटा सर्ग है लेकिन मस्त मजेदार. ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. वशिष्ठ महर्षि नमः. सरस्वती मात्रे नमः. समस्त ऋषिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. धन्यवाद फ्रेंड्स. ओम पूर्णमदः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. अब वाक्य वृत्ति सुनना है तो आ जाओ.